If we haven't met yet, my name's Dawn from Just Doing My Best. I'm 57, and by the end of this video, you're gonna see a beautiful foundation routine that's gonna look natural and smooth. Your face is gonna be gorgeous with no heavy makeup look. Of course, no surprise, we're starting with clean, dry skin, and then we're going to go in with skincare. What I used today was a vitamin C serum, then I use a peptide serum. Then I use this L'Oreal Midnight Eye Cream. I will link everything down in the description below. What you want to aim for is plump, hydrated skin. When your skin is plump and hydrated, that makeup has nowhere to go. It can't settle into fine lines the plumper, the healthier, the more hydrated your skin is. I'm going to give concealer its own video, but a balm underneath your eyes will help so much with your concealer, again, so that it doesn't settle in all of those fine lines and look cakey and crusty, because we don't want that either. So this is the eye balm that I use. It has vitamin C. It's super hydrating, and I do this right before I'm going to apply foundation and concealer, and I'll also have that link. I'm going in now with an under makeup primer. What a makeup primer does is it smooths the surface. It gives your makeup something to stick to. It can blur pores, it can blur fine lines, and it just gives you a smooth canvas. It can make your foundation and your makeup look so much better and really give it staying power. Now, I have found that a lot of the women that I hear from maybe have drier skin, and they say, you know what, I just need my makeup to look better. It stays on all day. I just need it to look better. You might try an under makeup primer and say, you know what, it was just one extra thing and I don't need it. For those of us with oily skin, or you've got pores, you've got fine lines, and you really need to blur some of that, you're really looking for a smoother surface, definitely consider an under makeup primer. Now, I'm going to use the one from Milk Makeup. They have this one that's a pore minimizing makeup primer, but they also have a hydrating makeup primer. Both of them are good options. I also love the makeup primer from Rare Beauty. That is gorgeous, and the makeup goes over it beautifully. And also, you may decide too that you don't need a makeup primer everywhere. Like, I don't necessarily need it all over my forehead or on the side of my face. I really want it to fill in the fine lines of this 11 and minimize the pores around my mouth and my nose, and it really helps with that separating or that makeup just kind of going into the pores. Oh, I hate that. So definitely consider a makeup primer if the problem that you're having is that the makeup is sliding or it's just fading throughout the day. The foundation that I'm using today is by Makeup Revolution, and this is the Skin Silk Luminous Serum Foundation. I talked all about hydrating serum foundations in this video here, so this is the one that I'm choosing today. I would love to know down in the comments, what is your favorite foundation? I think my all-time favorite foundation is the Maybelline 24-Hour Skin Tint. I love that one, but this one is phenomenal. If you have drier skin, you want to look for something on the label that says luminous, serum, hydrating. If you have oilier skin, look for something on the label that says natural finish. The color that I use is F5. I'm going to use a brush to apply the foundation. This is very controversial. The older we get, I do not recommend applying foundation with our fingers, and here's why. Now, I'm not you. If applying foundation with your fingers is working for you, that's fantastic. But we just went through a lot of effort to apply skincare to hydrate our skin, to care for our skin. Then we applied SPF, again, to care for our skin. If we then apply foundation with our fingers, what we're doing is moving everything around. That's what's going to lead to patchy coverage. If you've found that it's just cakey, it's patchy, it just looks uneven, please consider applying foundation with a brush. This one is very, very dense. I love that it's flat. It helps me get in between my eyebrows, and it helps me just tap everything into place. So I'm going to apply the foundation to the back of my hand, and I'm going to work it into the brush. By the way, this brush, super, super affordable. Starting kind of in the middle of my face, working out, I need less coverage the closer I get to my hairline. And generally speaking, we need far less foundation than we really think that we do. And by just tapping it, if you have some of those sunspots, you can just tap that until you get the coverage that you want in that area. Be sure to blend down your neck. And I'm just tapping. Okay, let's chat for a minute. When I hear women say that their makeup looks heavy, it's generally not the foundation, it's the amount of foundation. But I want to show you something. I have a lot of people say, oh, I waste so much product by using a brush. I have a clean paper towel here. After I use this on my face, there's not a lot left. I'm not wasting product. I probably didn't even use a half of a teaspoon. That's how little product. You're just gonna apply a little, apply it. If you need to add more, work it into your brush, apply that, and just see where you are. We usually just apply way too much, and I'm guilty of that too. I'm in a hurry, and I just want to get it on and get it over with, right? And I use way too much, stand back and go, ooh, that's not pretty. It's not the look I'm going for. You'll notice that I did not apply foundation above or below my eyes. I saved that area for concealer. I also did not apply foundation over top my brows. I found that if you're filling your brows in and that product doesn't last, whether you use a brow pen or a brow pencil, and it doesn't last, it's because I applied foundation right over the top, and that makeup's just sliding off. So if you want an entire brow tutorial, I've got it for you right here. If it's time for you to pick a new foundation and you're unsure what shade to choose, here are 2 tips. First, go darker versus lighter. If you're unsure, it's much easier to blend a color that's just a little too dark for you, but you can always mix in a little of your moisturizer, or you could mix in a little of your SPF to fade that color a little bit, versus too light. And that's just gonna be a giant spotlight, and it's gonna highlight texture. It's gonna highlight pores. It's gonna highlight dark circles. We don't want that. But here's my biggest tip. Go someplace like an Ulta or a Sephora where they've got 30, 40, 50 foundations on display right then and there. Have someone color match you. And that way you get the shade match that you need that day while you're in the store. I have a few other tips that I can't wait to share with you, but first I'm going to put on the rest of my cream products, and then I'm going to come back and share my very favorite foundation tip ever. All of my cream products are on. Now I'm going to take a small makeup sponge and setting spray. While that setting spray is still damp, I'm going to take this small makeup sponge and just tap, especially in my problem areas. My mouth, my 11. Setting spray is setting my makeup, but the sponge is picking up all of the excess product that can cause problems later on in the day. And if you have a lot of problems underneath your eyes, do this. And then you'll see a little bit of creasing, and then take that makeup sponge and just tap all of that out. It'll pick all of the excess up on the sponge. What do you think of that setting spray tip? I'm telling you, that is a game changer. Now I'm going to set everything with powder, and I think one of the best drugstore setting powders on the market is the Morphe Bacon set, and I use the color Brightening Pink. If you don't want to set anything with powder, you don't have to. Just like I worked the foundation into the foundation brush, I'm going to work the setting powder into the powder brush. I put it in the cap of my container there, work it into the brush, tap off the excess, and now I'm just going to lightly dust my face. And I'm getting to that eye area last because I only want to use what's left in the brush. All I need to do is take off the shine. By the way, this helps so much if oily eyelids are your issue and your eye makeup starts to fade. Now with what's left, I'm just dusting over that area, and that's all the setting powder I'm going to use. I've done everything that I can do, but as we know, life happens sometimes. Despite all your best efforts, things happen. Here's what you can do. Get yourself one of these hydrating sprays. These are phenomenal. If you have drier skin, you can gently mist your face throughout the day. It just brings your makeup back to life and you don't feel so dry. If you have oilier skin, like I do, and sometimes despite your best efforts, you just have a few little problem areas, I can either mist my face gently with this spray and then take a clean makeup puff and just press everything back into place, or I can gently spray the puff itself and then just tap those problem areas and everything will be beautiful again. There you have it, step by step, beautiful, mature foundation. No cakiness, no heaviness, natural looking, beautiful foundation for our mature skin. And if you need a concealer video, step by step, when that's available, I will definitely link that at the end. Everything that I used will be down in the description below. And if this was helpful, I hope you'll like and subscribe. Come over and find me on Facebook or Instagram at Just Doing My Best. You'll see a lot of makeup videos over there, casual fashion, and a few farm stories. Thank you so much for being here today. Go out today and be blessed and do your best.